Can you talk to me about the importance of being, when you choose this life, to not only be engaged and invested in the community, but have a sense of community for yourself? How imperative that is when we're talking about healthy development.
I think there is a social obligation to be involved, a sacred obligation to be involved in the communities, and especially if we have intersectionality. For instance, I'm a Black woman. I am a lesbian woman, or actually I'm bisexual in a lesbian relation marriage. Therefore, I have all of these marginalized communities that I need to show up for and be my authentic self when I get there. I'm a Black woman. I am LGBTQ, and I'm going to stand up for those that have no voice. I'm going to amplify my voice for those that don't have voice, because ultimately that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to stand in the gap for the marginalized. You know, when Jesus, I believe, people always like, well, when the judgment comes, you're going to see. Yeah, I am going to see. There will be certain people that he will say, well done, faithful servant. And he's going to determine that. And he'll say, I love you and come on in, by the fact that they treated marginalized people a certain way. And then he's going to say, depart from me, I never knew you, to another group, the goats. And that's going to be based on the fact that they mistreated marginalized people and treated them a certain way. He said that when you saw me naked, you clothed me. When you saw me hungry, you fed me. When you saw me in jail, you visited me. And that's why you're allowed in my presence. You have done all these things. When did I ever see you naked, Lord? When did I ever see you hungry? When did I ever see you in jail? What you've done for the least of these is doing it unto me. We have to show up. And here's the thing, we don't get to pick and choose why someone is naked and when we clothe them. A lot of times we say, oh, well, I'm not going to help that person because she's naked because she's a stripper.
Well,
she's naked because
you
she's
better
naked
talk,
because,
sister.
right? I don't agree with why she's naked. And so therefore I'm not showing up for her. Jesus didn't have a qualification. He said, you're naked, clothed. He said, I'm not visiting them. He's in jail because he did, he's been selling drugs. He's in jail because of this, that, and the other. There was no qualification of why someone was in jail. Jesus said, go and visit. I want to hear, well done, my good and faithful servant. I tell you this, I would rather be excluded for who I included than for me, to have to explain while I excluded anybody. I don't want to have that explanation. I would rather tell God, I thought I was doing the right thing by loving everybody, than to have to explain to God, well, I thought I was doing the right thing by excluding people. That don't even make sense to me.
A lot of people think that being a disciple means that it's how you love Jesus. It's actually how you love Judas. There's so many times that we will start participating in, there's just my sister put this down here, but we start judging people and we start hosting a spirit of condemnation and shame on people, that they never get to know the goodness and the grace and mercy of God because we push them to kill themselves, essentially. It's easy to love somebody that ain't never did nothing wrong. Right. It's harder to have every reason not to love somebody and they did everything wrong, though.
You don't get no cookie for loving people that love you. What, you want a cookie? You want a reward for that? He was like, even the pagans do that. What you doing? You're not doing nothing special.